Hello everybody and welcome back to what I am calling Hicksy's Garage, or if you're a US base, Hicksy's Garage, whatever you want to call it. I'm Leigh, host of Coombe Valley Campers YouTube channel, but what I'm doing on Sundays now is recording the work on my 72 Beetle project, because why not? Normally we do a Q&A, and I am here to do a Q&A for you as well regarding campers, camper vans, travel, campsites, hints, tips, whatever it may be. I can still answer these. Your comments come up in the bottom of my screen just here, which means I can help you out on your car, camper, beetle, whatever you choose. I'm here for that. So what we're going to be doing today is playing with this car. Last week, if you tuned in, we successfully got it started in 53 minutes, I think it was. It was either 53 or 57 minutes. Let's put it this way. I had a few minutes at the end of the hour just to sort of say thank you to everybody and see if people still wanted to play. And it seems like a couple of you do, which is really nice. Now we've got a couple of people in the chat already. We've got Motivate. He says, hey, hey. Alex Renouf says, hey. Motivate says, Leigh, are you in the UK in mid-July? Yes, we are in the UK in mid-July. I hope you're coming over and we'll certainly make you feel at home down at Coombe Valley Campers. So, what are we going to do today? If you tuned into last week's video, we realised that half the fuses were corroded to a point that we couldn't even ignite or at least start the engine. And so through a little bit of trial and error and everything else, we managed to clean up some of those fuses with a tiny little scrap of sandpaper that I did have, and actually got the thing fired off. It took a little bit, but you know, we got there in the end, so it was really good fun. What I've got to do today is actually troubleshoot this more. Now, if you can just see behind me, it is a spaghetti junction, as Dan Norris has said, are the joys of playing with Beetle Electrics, and Alex says, looking forward to the spaghetti junction. Yeah, it's going to be quite a mess, but I'm here, we're here together. I've already got the samba.com wiring diagram on my laptop, that's in there. But the first thing we're going to do is probably remove the bonnet. I'm changing it anyway. I've got one just out of shot here that's going to be going on. It's a slightly different green, but it's going to be going on because it's way better condition than what this one is. Although that looks solid, it's not great. It's not great. Brandon Kaiser Soze, I don't know, Kaiser. He says, did you go to Camper Marmalade? I did not go to Camper Marmalade. I was going to. However, with work the way it's been, I've been away from home a lot. Just wanted to spend some time at home with the family and everything else. I've heard some different things about Camper Marmalade. Is it a VW show anymore? Is it just a music festival? Who knows? The proof will be in the pudding. I'd like to talk to people who had been to Camper Marmalade, but that's not why we're here today. That's not why we're here. But if you are here, you are in the chat, you are watching, according to my screen, there are 18 people watching, so let me know what you'd like to see on the bug. Let me know what you'd like to see me do to the bug. Today we're going to be concentrating on the electrics. Dan Norris is coming and says, what are the heater channels and pans like on that torsion bug? Really not too bad. That's one of the reasons why I pinned this down when I could get it, and I bought this car early lockdown and now only had the sort of chance to go on it. The heater channels are good. The pans are really good, and we can do a little bit of a tour later if you want, and if I can get the light in my poorly lit garage. But I know that the heater, the points at the back of the pan where the heated tubes come through, they've actually been deleted. So that'll be something we look towards in the future. Or do I fit like a diesel heater in here under the seat? I think that'd be quite novel, not something I've seen done before. Or under the bonnet maybe, who knows? So let's have a look. So what I'm gonna do first, if I take you out of the mount and I spin you round, what we're going to do first is just assess what we've got. Now, that is like any other Beetle you may have been in. Now, because this was sat around for a couple of years, I know I pilfered some bits off this and did some naughty. So there are some things, what I've noticed when looking around earlier, There are some of these bulbs hanging out, so maybe that's why I couldn't see my oil pressure and charging lights last week. I've got a hazard light switch just hanging this side of the dash, which it shouldn't be. Other switches like horn, or that's maybe the electric washer bottle push. I don't know, but there's certainly some aftermarket stuff in there. There's some stuff missing, and there's some good standard stuff in there as well. And what I do have, if I open my laptop here, there we go, 1 second, whilst I put in my pin. What I do have here is a diagram, wiring diagram from the samba.com. Now, they're a bit pick and mix. So if you've not been on the samba.com, there we go, the samba.com. If you ever need an air-cooled or classic VW wiring diagram, they're the ones. So on one window, I've got the whole wiring diagram for a Beetle here, and it's as close as I can get. This says 71, 72, and then on the other window, I've got like the fuse panel layout as well. So hopefully that's going to help us today. But the first thing I'm going to do is remove the 13, don't focus on my finger, focus up there. I'm going to remove the 13mm bolts up in my different coloured bonnet hinges up there. We'll get this bonnet out of the way. And then, yeah, hopefully we can all have a bit more access and a bit more light in there. So, if I drop this phone out of its mount, I do apologise. Let's see how we can do this. Right, going to put you about there. Let's see how much, or how easy it's going to be for me to remove this bonnet without me dropping it on my head. I'm going to remove the laptop out of the way for a second, just in case I kill that in the process. I've already got the ratchet with 13mm. Another reason I'm changing the bonnet, if you have a look up in there, it's getting a little bit rot at the edge, and I kind of fancy my chrome trim back. So there we go then, terrible bonnet out of the way. I'm going to see if I can move you guys a bit lower. Excuse my head. Let's have a quick look. Where are we going to put you? About there, something like that? How's that? Can we see? Can we see? Right. Warren's in. This is Peachy. Hi all, happy Sunday. How are we doing, guys? Nice to see you. Dan's on. He says, evening, Leigh. Hope you and the family are well. We're all good, man. Gary's in. He says, hi, Leigh. Loving the videos on this Beetle. Really interesting to watch the process of bringing it back to its former glory. Yeah, we're hoping so. We're hoping so. So, what have we got then? Let's just keep those bolts safe that I've just pulled out the bonnet. Just leave them in the car somewhere. I'll regret just dumping those later. So, pretty basic, rudimentary, under the bug wiring. But what I'm going to do, I think, first is attach the battery once again. And we've got a fresh battery. Batteries in Beetles are located underneath the rear seat on the offside of the vehicle. So I'm going to connect that now, and then we'll see where we're getting live. And I want this to be kind of a budget build, something you can do at home. So in terms of voltage tester, you may have seen this in the last video, all I have is this little probe tester here, and when you find live, the little light inside that probe lights up. So bear with us 1 second, I'll connect the battery. Right, ignition is off. Oh, by the way, if it's clear or not clear, or the sound's bad, or the signal's bad, or I'm blurry or glitchy, just let us know. So I know on a Beetle, let me go and get my wiring diagram. Let's do this together, see if we can. So, on this picture, you have your battery here, and that is connected, and it's not to scale, but one of the main lives comes directly out of the battery, all the way round up here to the 4th point on the fuse panel. See that just down there? So your live from the battery comes directly into the 4th point, or in the case of this diagram, fuse number 9. So check I've got live there first. Going to clip one end of the probe onto earth somewhere, and it could be anywhere under here really, it's all metal. And I can see, well, it's not, may not actually be fuse number 9, but that is where my main live is coming in from the main loom from the battery, which is this point here. I can see that's already been repaired. See, that cable should be white with a black tracer. Sorry, red with a black tracer. And that's been repaired with some pokey repair. So I'll have to sort that out another day, or at least make it a better connection. Ah, no, I think it's just been broken and then repaired. That looks like a spade terminal in there. Where are we looking? I tell a huge lie, actually, because, come on screen, that's going to be a pain to me today, isn't it? Bloody screen keeps timing out. So, one of the main places that live comes in is actually the headlight switch. So you can turn your lights on without turning the ignition on. It then comes out of the headlight switch loom straight into the fuse panel. But that's what I can see here. I can at least see live coming in on those 2 terminals there. And hopefully if the fuse is working, it should be coming out the top as well. So that one there, and that one there. Brilliant. So what we found the other day was, oh, Alex says you're nice and clear. It says, God, touchscreen laptops are handy. Yes. Sorry, let's flip you the right way around. Touchscreen laptops are the beasts. Now, that was a laptop that we worked with Dell to achieve that laptop. Right, so if I turn the ignition on, I can hear relays clicking, but there's no lights on the dash. Now, if I go back to the other side, are those lights lighting up? Because they should be. So, where's my key? They won't be lighting up because they're not earthed, because they're not in. See if I can hold you there. Because they're not in their little housing. This is the back of the Speedo, where all the lights should be. So I'm going to plumb that one into there, and the other one into there. Hopefully, if they're all the way home, that should complete the circuit. Maybe I'll get dash lights. Let's have a look-see. Nada. Steering wheel's in the way. There you go, that's a connected. So we're still getting crank if you listen. That'd be funny if it fired up then, wouldn't it? So let's go and check the bulbs real quick. I'll put you just here. Oh, well, that's not going to help to start with. If you look on there, the end of that is completely corroded. Let's see if I can park you just here somewhere. Can I park you there? Yeah. And I bet that bulb is blown. The bulb looks okay. The bulb looks okay, but like I say, that terminal doesn't look too happy on there, does it? And that doesn't look too happy in there either. Oh gosh! Lots of reasons why. Okay. So that's a sprung terminal at the bottom of that. There we go, now that's moving. I'm going to go and get some sandpaper real quick. See how that's sprung? To hold the bulb against its locking tabs. See if I can find my sandpaper and just clean that off a bit. You do. Found her. It's looking a touch better, isn't it? Now, I have been looking into streaming for different reasons. Does anybody fancy a proper live stream with more than one angle? I think that would be quite cool. That's fairly clean in there, although I will give her a scratch up with the end of my probe. Has anybody done live streaming? Does anybody watch live streaming or Twitch or anything like that? Because it'd be interesting to know if anybody's got any tips or hints or anything like that. I'd be down to know as well. Right, just cleaned up the bottom of the bulb too. I'll give a scuff up around here. Let's pop that bulb back in. Lock, damn you. There we go. Right, so that's in there. That's plugged in there. The end of that cable doesn't look too pretty either, to be honest, at all. So that might be a re-termination on that one. So that's now in the back of there. Let's see if we can... Aha! Now that's actually the wrong side. I have an oil pressure light, so that's good. But the bulb I was actually cleaning up, I think it was the other side, but that's a good sign that we have one bulb. Now if I crank now, will that oil pressure light go out? Not now. Oh, hang on, we've got some comments. Y'all ain't right, says, I watch Twitch and live streaming. 89 Thunder Chunky's here. He says, hey Lee, how's it going, guys? Y'all ain't right. What's your first name, my man? Or lady? What platforms do you watch? What live streamings do you watch? And where can I get hints and tips? So I think that'd be quite a cool thing. How old is this beauty? This is a 72, as far as I'm aware, this beetle. It's a 72. Right, so it was actually the other side bulb that I was looking for, wasn't it? I'm going to give that a wiggle there and see if we get anything this side. Nothing. However, what I might do, just to prove a point, yeah, there we go. I might just swap those bulbs out, just real quick, because that one does look really dark. So if I just change that one out real quick. Let's see if that makes any difference whatsoever. So, we've got blue with a green tracer, and blue with a nothing tracer. But I'm sure blue is the oil pressure switch on the back of the engine. Unless these are swapped around the wrong way, who knows? Let's have another go. Right, so oil pressure switch. That still comes on, so we know the bulb's good. So it's just that ignition lead on the back. So maybe that's a break in the cable. But at least we know, or it could be, that break in the cable there. Can you see this? If I put that there, hang on, let me swap you round. So if you take a look just here, that is not a happy cable, right there. That is not a happy cable. So, yeah, that might be what that's down to. I don't have any terminals on me at the moment, but hey. So, what I'm going to do, right, Thunder Tunky's come back. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I don't write. Says there's a video series by a streamer that talks about tips and hardware. Thank you. He says I'll see if I can remember it. Some of it applies to streaming games though. TikTok, Twitch, and been sort of watching streams for over 10 years. Also married a streamer when I moved from Manchester to Worthing, West Sussex. Nice, cool. Well, maybe you can give us some tips there, my man. Right, let's go back to this laptop and let's have a quick look. Right, so what did we say? Now this is the back of the. This is the back of the clocks here. So our oil pressure here, let's get something that's a bit more suitable for pointing. So that was our oil pressure in blue. That was our ignition in blue and green. And if I follow this, ignition blue and green, that goes all the way straight back to, oh, hang on, maybe that was the oil pressure. Bear with us. Let's have a quick look at F. F is oil pressure switch. Okay. So they've been swapped around. They have been swapped around. So maybe, so oil pressure switch is blue and green, which is here. And then blue, in this case, which is K2, generator charging warning light. Okay, so I was getting generator charging warning light, which is the one I needed. So if I swap them around, which is the right way around now, and it'll probably tell me so on the inside. Yes, see that little logo in there says charging. Come on, focus. There you go, that's charging and that's oil. So, I've got them the right way around. and potentially at the back of the engine, if you can see, that is your oil pressure. And if I clean up that cable, this one here, is that going to be, it's a green cable. Looks pretty crummy, doesn't it? But the fact that it's not even turning on is a bit of a concern. But who knows, there's lots of taped wiring in here. But then this one looks like, oh yeah, see? There's all manner of nasties in here. Oh, that's nice. Yellow Merit says, I'm looking for the series, but honestly, you're doing really well without it. That's really nice of you, man. Thank you. Well, how about that? Is that an oil pressure switch that ain't connected to an oil pressure switch? See, that one goes into the loom here, but then this one's an extra. Why are you an extra? And why are you not connected? Maybe it was like a tacho. Maybe there was a tacho connected at one stage and it just went on, boop. That seems about right. Maybe there was a tacho plugged in to the alternator, sorry, the coil somewhere, and it was giving the signal. Maybe that was igniting there, or connected there. Okay. So we've got to look into that a bit further, haven't we? Maybe me playing with that terminal helped. Let's have a quick look in here. No. What I'll do though, let me just have a quick look at the back of the terminal and see if I'm getting any live there at all. Let's have a look. Our probe is disconnected now. 1 second. Put that on there. So, are we getting any signal on that at all? No. See, oh! I'm getting a very, very dim light. So, if that bulb was half decent, and it looks a bit dark, or if the connection was half decent, then maybe I've probably just broken it now. There you go. So there is power going to that, just very, very weak. See that? So we are getting a charging light, but it's very, very weak. Okay, so we've got to repair that terminal. Cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, Yolo Right says, do you have one of those bendy tripods? They'd probably be perfect for you and they don't break the bank. Do you know what I have been looking for? Or what I've been looking at? Casey Neistat recently reviewed the new Instagram camera, which looks amazing. So, and I do have tripods, and I do have this tripod here. In fact, I'm going to put you back into that for a second. 1 second, everyone. Hey, how's it going? So, we are in. So we have charging light and we have oil pressure light. So that's cool. That is cool. It's either down to a bulb or something else. Right, now the other things I wanted to do was to check for controls. Now I think the other day we confirmed that there was wipers. Not that one. There we go. Just really slow, but they work. So we've got wipers on the stalk, that's good. This is the button, I believe, for the water pump for the windscreen. Nothing there. Let's have a quick look to see where that is terminating, shall we? I know it's not the most vital thing we'd ever need. Kick out some of the stereo wiring that you don't want. which only has one live anyway, and one earth. But if we can trace this one back, we should have an earth for the pump, which is connected to the earth crown here, and that live, which is this one here, is connected to right at the end. Do we have live right at the end? Nothing at the top, nothing at the bottom. That may well be down to a bust fuse again. Let me have a quick look see. Let me take you with you. Oh, hang on. Where are we? Alex says, oh, they look so sad. Yeah, the wipers do look pretty sad, don't they? But they'll get there. Matt Ursel says, hello. Yellow Ain't Right says, I recently bought a 1996 Isuzu Elf Japanese camper. The wiring is so similar. Yeah, they're pretty basic wiring, but it's decent enough wiring that we can trace, huh? So that's pretty good. Super. Right, so I'm going to just quickly check why there's no live there. In fact, I can check from here why there's no live there. Is that an ignition live? That's going to be a good question. Still connected at earth. Yes, ignition live. So that should work. Cool, so we have a washer bottle. What else is connected up here? We have green. Let's see on our wiring diagram what's connected to green at the end fuse. Come on. Right, green goes to hazard. E3 is hazard switch on here, I believe. E3 emergency flasher switch. So if I pull that now, oh, that's a good start. Hang on. There we go. Let's have a quick look at the back, shall we? You can hear the relay clicking. Aha, we have life. So that's good. Why aren't you working? That might be why. Look at that, the only thing holding that in is a spider web. Hang on. Wonder if I can get into that. Oh, that's so tight. Hang on, sorry about the orientation thing. No. And what's that one? Is that anything? Why is that wiring so tight? Hang on. Ah, that'd be why. Because I've thrown the fuel tank back in and it's crushing it. Hang on. Tripod. Dan Norris says, Monza Forte, proper 90s old school, man. And Dan Norris also says, as much as I love driving my T5.1, older air-cooled V-dubs can't be beat for their simplicity. Must be get my beetle running again. Right, let's see if I can pull some of this wiring out. I've probably chopped half of it. That earth looks a bit beat, but maybe we can get that indicator working again. Hold on. Yeah, man. Cool. So we're getting there. What is that other wire for? That doesn't look like it's going to anything significant. Ah, now if you watched on last week's video, you'd have seen that there was a switch under the dash. And it goes to there, and the live picks up here, which the terminal's just pulled out of. This had a spotlight on it when I first got it. That must have been the live for the spotlight. But hey, oh, let's stop working again. Dang it, hang on. There we go, she's on there now. Cool, so we've got hazards. Let's turn that off and see if we get indicators. That'll be left. Got it at the back too. That'll be right. Cool. That's super cool. Now, the other thing I wanted to try was headlights. Now, I think we tried lights the other day, but now some other things are working. Maybe. Oh, yeah? I can't see. Can you tell me if the full beam come on? Hopefully the telltale in the dash cluster will work. Now they worked on the dash. Did that come full beam in here? Yes, the light's changed. Thank you, Yolene. Right, yes, nice one. So there's a little blue telltale on the inside. Let's have a quick look at the back, shall we? See if we can get you in at the back. Oh, sorry. Gosh. Small garage. Right. We're there. The light's still on, because that would be sad. So my lights are still on apparently. Nothing there just yet. Hang on. Do you know what I'm going to do whilst I'm here is just disconnect the coil. If my my live's on for this long, I don't have the coil connected for that long. Right, so we have no rear lights. We have a form of wiring back there. Should we go and check some fuses? We'll go and check the diagram and see what our fuses say. Come on, laptop. I hate the fact this times out. I've tried everything as well to try and make this not time out. Come on, there we go. Right, so if we have a look on the diagram, brake light and dual circuit wiring is F. Oh, that's brake light. I want rear lights. Backup light switch doesn't really apply. Tail brake light. There we go. M2, M4. Dan Norris. No, that is a it's a 1200 single port, from what I can tell. Where are we? What did I say? M2, M4. Yeah, there we go. M2 and M4. They're on a white with a black tracer that comes back to the first two fuses. So, which is these two just here. There you go, white with a something tracer in there, or grey. So let's see if we're getting voltage, shall we? From anywhere. So voltage and, whoops, sorry about orientation. Right, I'm getting live there at the bottom. I saw a little bit live there. And live there as well. Or is that still the bottom? No. So live. Live. And live. Okay. Okay. Think, my man. Right. White with a black tracer. White with a red tracer. They're going straight down to under the dash. Need my light. Now, this is where we're looking up here. Gosh, look at the cobwebs in there. Gonna go and get my fuse tester, or probe, whatever you want to call it. And let's have a look-see. Find me an earth somewhere. Yeah. Oops, I just pulled one out. Silly sod. Hang on. There we go. Right, let's just check across all of those whilst we got them. Nothing there. Nothing on that one there. Nothing on that one there. Cool, so it's these two here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 that we're looking at there. And my headlight switch is up there. The reason I'm pulling it in and out is just in case, you know, some of the contacts are a bit daft. Oh, this damn screen, come on. Any ideas, guys? Dan Norris says, one of my past bugs was a 1200. It was gutless in terms of pulling away. Main bearings eventually burnt out. It was fun taking that lump apart. I bet. My RV has regular auto fuses in the front and glass fuses in the back. Yeah, I bet that ain't easy. Okay. Damn screen. Right, on a Dell, someone tell me how to keep the screen on for longer than 30 seconds. So what was 4 and 5? Headlights, wasn't it? Dimmer relay, flasher relay. J. Yeah, dimmer relay and flasher relay. Yeah, power saving settings. I've tried that. Power savings. Where are we? Power and sleep settings. See, screen on battery power, turn off after never. I've already tried that. When plugged in, after 3 hours. On battery power, sleep, goes to sleep after 1 hour and 3 hours. I've tried it all. Yeah, I know, it's annoying. Anyway, maybe it's a security feature. Back to the Beetle. Should we have a quick look at the bulbs? They should be coming on though, right? We've got lights here. Aha! Oh yeah, maybe dicking around with the fuses helped. So we have side and tail with indicators. That's really cool. Right, can I put you here for a second? I'm going to hit the brake pedal. Can someone tell me if they work, please? That'd be great. This is fun. I get like a third person watching. Right, ignition's on. I'm an idiot. I know that's not going to work because the front brakes are disconnected because the front beam's off. So what I'm going to do, if I get under the car, I'm going to touch the terminals together, see if they come on. The terminals that were in the brake pressure switch. So 1 second, let me see if I can do that. Just need to find something to bridge them. Scissors should do it. They're both female spade connectors in there, so hopefully some scissors should bridge them. Aha! We have one. We have one this side, but not the other. So we know the brake light circuit works, so that's good. Brighton Car Keys is in. Just can't believe you've got it working with a bit of sandpaper and some brake cleaner. Oh yeah. So what else have we got? Oh, y'all ain't right, it's going to research. That's really good of you. Warren Silver Fox Build says, just Googled it, hope it helps. Hang on, where are we? Can't see it, my man. Rebecca Town says today is my birthday. Good. Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for coming in on your birthday, and a happy birthday to you from all of us in the chat. Happy birthday, Rebecca. If you're in the chat, wish Rebecca Towns a happy birthday, please. And we're celebrating here too. The Google recommendation for the laptop is a bit complicated. The easiest part is to restart it. Well, I'll tell you what, on here, either DM me on Instagram. Oh, we've got a new Instagram, by the way. This car, well, this whole thing we're doing now is Hicksy's_garage on Instagram. Hicksy's Garage. Look for that on Instagram. We are now at Hicksy's_garage for this car. A car with side lights, tail lights, brake lights. Believe it or not. I'll prove it to you. Look, let me turn the hazards off. Ta-da! Check it out. So this is cool. We know we have side lights, tail lights, full beam. The horn I'm not too worried about for the moment because it's all disconnected because the steering column's disconnected. We've got both dash lights, although one of them needs a new termination. We've tested those out. Dash lights in terms of when the bulbs are on, we can just check that real quick. Let's do that. We know the engine fires, so we know the ignition's working. Can't check if it's charging yet because I haven't had it running long enough. Right, let's put you guys in there for a second. Now, these little bulbs should be working right now, but they ain't gonna. These are the bulbs that illuminate the dash clocks, but that is never working. Can you see the state of that bulb? If I hold it up to the light, it's melted the glass. See that shape? Glass is misshapen and all twisted and pissed. But I can test if we're getting live there. 1 second. Where is it? That doesn't look too hopeful, does it? The light's even on still. Yeah. Lights are on. Is that the right one? That's full beam. That should be... Oh mate, check it out. I don't know if you can see it there, but they are all so corroded. Can I test at the lead? Nothing there. So I bet the grey and red, which is connected to the headlight switch, which is all the way up there, is that disconnected? I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, I'm not making this very easy for you. That should be... Aha, I know what it might be. What I'm trying to say. So there's a dial. This headlight switch has a dial in it as well. So you can adjust the brightness of the dash lights. See that? Modern, eh? Modern tech. Modern tech. So let's see if that works now then. Pop you just in there. Yay! So that is, where'd I put that bulb? There. Is that even gonna work? If that goes in there, is that going to light it up? Oh, yeah? Hang on. You can't see it. Ready? That's the dash lights. Check that out. So that should be live there too. There you go. I bet that is never coming back. Hang on. Should we do the same trick? If I can find my sandpaper again. Don't know where it's gone. Don't know where my sandpaper's gone. Oh, damn it. Oh, there it is. Running away from me. Wire brush, I don't write as if I've got a wire brush. I've got the most basic of tools in this garage, and that's on purpose, so I can show everybody at home that it can be done with that much sandpaper. That's what we got the car started with the other day. Was that bit of sandpaper and some brake cleaner. It's good fun. And if you haven't watched that video, head back to it. Right, let's put that on there. That bulb in there. Oh, let me scratch her up inside first with my probe. There you go, that's working. Give that a bit of love there. And give a bit of love to the bottom of that bulb. If you have a look at that terminal on the end of that bulb, it's kind of had it too. So a little scuff. There you go, all nice and shiny. Tuck you in there. And are we going to get light? Yes. Look, can you see that? So, well, that relay's getting warm, one of those. So what we should do now is have... Yeah, man, look at it. I've got lights on my dash. Woo! And if I turn that dial on the light switch, maybe they'll get brighter or dimmer. There you go, dimmer, brighter. Dimmer, brighter. Oh man, I'm happy with that. Right. Oh, one last thing. Should we see if that stereo works? Oh, turn the wipers off. Wow, check it out. And the stereo works too. What have we got in there? FM. I don't think I even saw any speaker cable hanging out the back, but the stereo works. And that has MP3 player. Cool, so if any of you store your music on an SD card anymore, that's what that is. Right. Yole Wright says, do you have a hard time sourcing parts or bulbs? Nope. Parts for these are really easy to get. Now we've already secured some sponsorship on this build through Heritage Parts Centre, which I am really, really excited about. So any of those little bits and pieces, they will be able to supply for us, which is really, really cool. So bulbs, connections, all that sort of stuff, absolutely fine, which is really, really cool. How good was that? I'm going to call it, actually, because these lives are normally only an hour, but already in this hour, we've been able to know all the fuses work. We've now got charging light, oil light, the dash binnacle or speedo binnacle, the lights work on that, full beam work, side lights, dipped beam and full beam, according to you guys, because I couldn't see them. We've got a brake light bulb out one side, the brake light circuit works, rear light sides, hazards all round, indicators left and right, and turn signals left and right, wipers, windscreen washer bottle, and stereo. That's pretty cool. I'm really chuffed with that. Really, really chuffed with that. Can't check the fuel gauge. What else can't I check? Can't check the horn. But the fact that it turns cranks. Super happy with that. Super happy with that. All with a little bit of sandpaper. Bear with us 1 second. I'm just going to disconnect the battery because we don't need it any longer. So what's it going to take to make this thing run then? We have got to rebuild the front beam, and I have two options for that. I have a narrowed front beam or a standard front beam. I think just to get it on the road, I'm going to go for my standard front beam. I picked up a used one from a mate of mine. That is sitting down there with drum spindles, which we don't want. I do have disc spindles. Where are they? My disc spindles are just in there, and I have my narrowed beam just down there. So I need to, in terms of the back of the car, I need to pull this engine and sort out all the tinware. Because there was no rubber seal around the edge. This piece of tinware is incorrect for the car, or for the valance anyway. So lots of spaces. I want to make sure the cooling's right. Now we know the electrics works, that's good. I need to change out a seat pad. I want to strip some of this ghastly interior out. I will do a headliner, and we'll do that on a proper YouTube video one day, because that will take longer than an hour video. Put the dash back together a bit. And that's about it. So I want to sort out everything under here. As you can see, do you know what? I didn't disconnect my brakes. I didn't disconnect my brakes because the calipers are still there. Why did I disconnect that circuit then? I don't know. I don't know. But I want to clean up the frame head, put a new beam on it. I want to find some bumper irons. I've got bumpers. They are hanging up just over there. I've got wheels and tyres all round. Yeah, I don't want these stupid little Nerf bars anymore, and they're not connected properly. Yeah, that's about it, really. That's about it. And this is the mess at the moment. So I'm only working in this little single garage, and that is literally my toolbox for the time being. So we're going to try and do as much as we can with a 250 quid toolbox. Yes, Alex says carb rebuild. Yes, you are right. That will be on another video another day. Carb rebuild and then service all of it. So yeah, should be good. Should be really, really good. Right, well that's it. We are 61 minutes and 12 seconds, and I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much everybody for joining us. It was a really good evening once again, and in an hour we've got the electric sorted as much as we want, to be honest. I did notice that the headliner lights, or at least the courtesy lights, that's there. No, sorry, I'm pointing the camera at my forehead, not you. There you go. So the courtesy light is there. I did notice on the driver's side, the wiring wasn't at the, yeah, there's no wiring down here for the door sensors or for the door contacts. But if I get back on the computer, bear with us 1 second. Let's have a look at door contacts. Where's the light? That's the light there. So that is brown for ground, and the live going up here is going to this point here. So, which is, what did we say? Number 4. So, it'll be this one here. And that is certainly no... My light's still on? No. Bulbs were hot as I was leaning against them. So it looks like we've got to add some wiring here for the courtesy lights. Now the courtesy light wiring should come down here somewhere. And there is nothing. So maybe we've got to add some wiring. Should we pull the light out on the inside? Just see if there's any wiring up there to speak of. Nothing. Okay, so we've got to add some wiring to make sure we've got a courtesy light. Cool, not a difficult job. Just a bit of a pickle. Check out this stickers. Not my cup of tea at all. It's all over the dash, everything. But hey. Oh yeah, battery's disconnected. Yeah, so that's it. Right, 63 minutes. Very happy with the results. Thank you all for joining me with this guy in Hicksy's garage with Coon Belly Campers. I shall see you next time, guys and girls. Let's see if there's any more comments right at the end. Dan Norris says, so speedo bulbs are always a pain. Yolo writes, it's crazy. I need to replace my axles. Long story, so I get it. Yolo writes says, I look forward to the headliner. Alex says, carb rebuild, yeah. Yolo writes says, that's not a mess. That's all necessary for moral support. Yeah, it is. Yolo writes says, goodbye. Alex, festoon lights, yes. Nice door guides, night. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Maybe ding the bell and do a thumbs up and all that good stuff. Yeah, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week. What should we do next week? Let me know in the comments down below. Catch you later. Bye.